In this video, we are going to count items matching a rule. Hello, I'm Jagan from growwithdata. I'm posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Let's see a sample input data and we can talk about the question in detail. So we are given three variables: items, rule key and the value rule value. The item variable has three different types of values: the color, so type, color and name. So when you see the first first element is a list and it got phone, blue and pixel, right? So the phone is the type and blue is the color and pixel is the name of the phone, right? So just remember this. So in the list, the first one is the type, the second one is the color and the third one is the name. So the whole value of the item looks like this. So when you say items, it has multiple list elements. So every list has a type, a color, a name. So what we are given, the next one is the rule key. The rule key will define a color. The color means we have to go to the second element. So here it's blue, silver and gold. So we have got to go to the second element, which is color, and then you find which list is having the color as silver. So when you see here, the second element is having the color as silver. So our output has to be 1. Okay. So if you say instead of color, if you say type, then the value might be like phone. Okay. So type is the first element of the list. So we just go to the first element, phone. So the first list has phone, second one is not, third one is having phone. So our output has to be 2, right? So based on the type, we identify which index of the list we have to search for, and the rule value will define of that index position if the value matches with the rule value. Okay. So this is the question. So how to address this? Let's start with our basic rule. Get the variables and let's start with the function. We always will grow with data, and the variables we have are items, rule key, rule value. Okay. So first we have to define which index of the list we have to search for, right? So we just start with if rule key equal to, so what are things we have? Type, color and name. So first one is we say type. So if it's going to be type, then the index is going to be 0. Else if rule key equal to, second one is color, then the index equal to 1, else the index is going to be 2, right? You can just say rule key equal to third one is name, then index, but we have only 3 options, right? So you can just put this way. So we now able to find the index position based on the rule key. Now we have to go do a looping part. Before that, we just have a count which is initialized to 0. Now for item in items. So the whole list of list, we are going to get every list. Okay. If item of, so if you get the first list, we have to find which index you have to go for. The index is defined in the if condition. If index of this equal to rule value, then we say count equal to increment by 1. Now we can return count. Let's see if we can. So now we are asked for the type, which is the phone, and how many list has the first element as phone. So for 1 and the third got phone, so output has to be 2. So the output is 2 here. Great. So the question looks so complex, but when you break down the question, the answer comes with a simple for loop and a if condition, right? So in the interview, if you are asked these kind of questions, the only way of impressing the interviewer is how you define this loop condition, because at the end of the day, this for loop and if condition is not going to change. This is the simplest way of identifying it. But how will I redefine this one? Let's copy this and you can go to the next one. So instead of having like if, else, this 3 breakdowns, let's see if we can do it in simple condition. We just say index equal to 0, the same if condition, but we are going to write in a single line. Index equal to 0 if the rule key equal to type, else 1 if the rule key equal to color, else 2. Okay. So instead of multiple lines, we are finishing that in a single line. Now if you see, the code itself got shrunk, right? So small and elegant. So we get the same answer, right? But if you think of a solution, the production code, if there are like 15 different types of rule keys, then what will you do? You have to add, like you go this way, 1, and then we can just add this, and this, kind of this goes on and on, right? So this is not the, this is good, but this is not the that we can't leverage, like what's the right word to say it? Linear growth, right? This code can't accommodate more rule keys, right? So what is a better solution for this? Let's copy this, and so instead of having if else, is there a easier way so that it can grow linear? Like if you add more rule keys, it should be easier to update the code. How to do that? So we can just say we have a item dictionary where we can just say if it's type, then 0, if it's going to be color, then it's 1, and then if it's going to be name, then it's 2. So that's what the index position is, right? Now we can just say index equal to the item dictionary of whatever the type is, which is a rule key, right? So now what will happen? Whatever the rule key is, if it's type, then the index is going to be the key value pair, the value is 0. If it's going to be color, then it will get the 1, and if it's going to be the name, then it's going to be 2, right? So even if you have like 15 or 16, we can just expand this dictionary, and it's the only change we have to do. The code will take care of the rest, and when you run it, you get this, right? So now if you see, the code is also simple, and this code can accommodate more rule keys in the future also. So code can be linear growth, can support the linear growth, right? Okay. So if you want to have our code practice with multiple test cases, then what we do, we just say assert and then different rule conditions, and then you run it, it's passed. So the first condition is the color, which is silver. So the color is the second one, the silver is the only this is the only list which has silver. So the output is 1. Second one, type as phone, which we just did in our exercise. So phone, we have 2 elements here. So the output has to be 2. If you want to add more examples, you can just add and check your code. Okay. So overall what we discussed is we have 3 different steps. The first one is the general if-else condition. It's a straightforward approach using this if-else statement to determine the index based on the rule key. Whenever you see the code, yeah, it's clear. The second one is simple if statement, right? In one line we just finished it. We streamlined the code by using a single line for the if condition to assign the index. So the result is a more concise implementation while maintaining the readability. So instead of going through multiple lines, the readability is simple. The third one is we leverage the dictionary to map the rule key of the respective indices. So whatever the rule key is, we can just add. This provides a clean and efficient way to determine the index. In the future, if you want to add more rule keys, it's easy to maintain this code. Hope you like this video and thanks for watching.